Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Ann, and today is September 22nd, 2021. We should all have our eyes on the La Palma volcano in Spain. Now, remember, I told you that Yahuwah said that this feast season is the beginning of events that are going to lead to the Great Tribulation. And he was talking about the trumpet judgments. I do not believe that the tribulation has kicked off yet, the Great Tribulation. But I do believe that we are very, very close. You need to be in your safe place and be ready for whatever is coming. Things are going to get bad very fast, very bad, very fast. Now, those of you who are celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles this month, I say to you, be safe and stay very close to God. For those who will be celebrating next month, because I do understand that some people believe that the Feast of Trumpets season will kick off in October. I have the same message. Be safe and stay very close to God. And for those of you who do not plan to celebrate it, I say to you, you need to rethink that. These are God's feast days, not the Jews, not man. These are God's feast days. And if you make it into the kingdom, brothers and sisters, you will celebrate them. And I know for a fact that it pleases our Father when you celebrate them. I can assure you of that. But today I want to talk to you about a dream and a vision that God gave me last night. He gave it to me, so I'm going to share it with you. Don't have the full understanding of the dream, but I think the vision was pretty clear. Here's the dream. I woke up from a dream this morning at about 5:30 a.m. In the dream, it was obvious that I was on the earth. I was in a gathering, and there were a lot of people there. I knew that I was on the earth, and it seemed to have been in a third world country, maybe in Africa, I would say. There were mostly black people there, and there were tables all around, and we were gathering for some kind of event. Um, the tables, it wasn't a real plush place like in a hotel or anything like that. But the people were just milling around, and I was doing the same. So I went and I sat at a table next to a lady, and I started to drink out of this cup, and I realized, oh, this is not my cup. I asked her, whose cup is this? And she said, oh, that's my boyfriend's cup. And I started to apologize. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drink out of his cup. Tell him I will get him a fresh drink of water. So I looked over and I saw him looking at me. So I jumped up and I rushed to this little sink like thing that they had. It wasn't fancy at all. And I started to wash out the cup. And the lady who was at the table right near this sink said, "Be careful! Don't step in that dog stuff." And I looked around. I said, "Oh, grace!" And sure enough, I saw on the ground where somebody had smashed the dog stuff in the ground, and I almost stepped in it. And I was washing out his cup, and I was collecting the water in what looked like a used or old salad dressing jar. And you could tell that we were out there in this place. It wasn't fancy, but we were trying to look conventional. We had our tables and tablecloths and drinking out of old pieces of cups and whatever. Now, I didn't, for some reason, that I didn't think it was in the wilderness, but that was kind of the impression that I got, that these people, that we were out there, all of us, we were out there, and we were trying to do the best that we could with what we had. Then I woke up from the dream. And when I woke up from the dream, I looked on the ceiling and I saw Yahushua. And I saw what looked like 3 paths or 3 walkways leading into heaven. And there were 3 doors. And he was standing at all 3 of the doors. And the people were just coming up from earth. I knew that they were coming up from earth. And they were looking around like to say, where am I? And then they would just kind of walk through these open doors that were in heaven. And again, I knew that it was in heaven. It wasn't a big um, fanfare or anything like. They were just kind of slowly, just walking up, looking around, and walking through these doors. And then I saw Yahushua looking, and he was just begging the people. It's as if he was saying, come on up, come on in. The doors are now open to you. And these people were going through all 3 of these doors that I was kind of looking at. And as I said, he was at all 3 of these doors. And so then there were lots of things in my room, a lot of words written on the wall, because he oftentimes write messages on the ceiling and on the wall for me. And I was not able to read anything, except I did see, I love you. But that was the vision of heaven that he gave me. And as if to say, the doors of heaven are now open and people are going to be coming in. So I wanted to share that with you. As I said, I don't really have um, a real good feeling for how it all fits together, but I wanted to report it now. And if I get more information on it, I will share with you again. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll be able to clarify anything that is not clear. Shalom, until next time.